Hello YouTube and Rec Room staff members. This video is going to be about, well actually it's going to be a question for Rec Room mainly. This video is not going to be too long and it's going to be very simple and straightforward with my questions and what I am needing to ask and so on and so on. So first question that I want to ask Rec Room, will they fix the hardware for the mobile Rec Room? So they come out with so since it's only on the iPhone for right now, I see that they come out with new iPhones every so often, right? Higher up the iPhone is, the stronger the hardware gets, and then the more graphics you can choose only between the two in your settings and your watch settings. You see anywhere that's below anything that has a weaker hardware in the phone, you can obviously tell it closes your application immediately. Well, not immediately, I shouldn't say, maybe in certain rooms that it closes the applications in. And then it quite gets annoying when people, you know, they don't have a console, they don't have a PC, they don't have a Quest 2, and they're just stuck with a mobile device. And that's the only thing they can go for. And obviously, they can connect their controller. And you know, whenever they try building through for the mobile device, it gets a little bit framey. You know, it goes from the highest frames that it can go from whatever the hardware is at, from top to bottom in the matter of seconds, depending on what you put in. And that's pretty much all I have for the mobile. And second, I want to move to the PS4 mainly. So for screen players on PS4, I've noticed that the loading times are extremely slow, and the building, it's okay. Yeah, the frames pick up enough, but if it's an empty room, you stay on a solid 60 for all I know. And then when it comes to a nice designed and a nice room per se, right? A nice designed room. And if you have a dorm room, I'm just gonna go with the dorm room for an example. See, the dorm room I've built, it drops my frames down to, I don't know, maybe 45 it feels like. I don't know, it's just a hard guess. I can tell it lags a little bit, and then we have sort of a trouble pulling out our Maker Pen, and then certain things in the Maker Pen palettes, anything that we open, it pretty much it just freezes the whole game itself and goes to 1 frame per second. I sometimes I have troubles. I'm on the PS4 and I know the hardware is weaker for it, because I do crash half the time, and then it sometimes it doesn't work out fully, you know. And I just recently tested out the PS4 or the PSVR. That's what I have, and the processor box is what I thought that would make and improve the hardware with what runs throughout the PlayStation itself. Which I think it does a little bit. I seen it runs on 120 hertz through the, I don't know, I looked through the output settings and it was saying it's on 120 hertz, but I'm guessing that's just for other applications, but I am not sure. All I know is that it runs on a 60 hertz refresh rate, and we can't go any higher because obviously the PlayStation 4 has much weaker hardware. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't know when Rec Room came out on PlayStation. And basically all I said there goes with the Xbox, but they obviously don't have a VR. They may have a difference between the hardware between the PlayStation and Xbox, which causes them not to crash as much. They may be able to keep up with the frames, but runs on the same sort of hardware with what PlayStation players run onto. So that's my main question, is just for the PS4 players, okay? Not for the PS4 players, but the Xbox players. I'm just wondering if there's going to be a fresh engine. I don't know if that's what you guys call it, an engine, but I'm just going to call that for now. If you guys make a new engine for any sort of weaker hardware going into the PlayStation, the Xbox, and mobile devices. Mainly, I just want to stick up with the PlayStation 4. Because I'm a PS4 player, right? I'm not too much in mentioning into the Xbox, but all I hope is and wish is you guys get my message and see if you guys can do anything about that. And the next thing is the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X that just came out. Their hardware is much stronger. They've upgraded the hardware from the PlayStation 4 to the next generation of parts that are currently going into, or that are already in the console themselves, right? The new consoles run on 120 hertz refresh rate with 120 frames, obviously. I'm not sure if I had to say that, but it's something, I should throw out there. That is along with the Xbox Series X. That can go on to 4K and 8K TV, or 8K TV, sorry, 4K and 8K. I think the hardware is fine on its own, but just looking forward to any sort of newer engine come up with us switching from different frames, I would say, actually. It's almost like PC, where you have 3 different options from switching whatever it is. I can't remember what it says on PC. I haven't played PC Rec Room in about a month or two, and it's been quite some time, so obviously I'm not going to remember it too well. So I think PS5 and Xbox Series X is pretty darn stable, in my opinion. Next thing, nothing too much about the PS5 and Xbox Series X, but next thing I want to move on to is PC. The most and the greatest for Rec Room. Okay, the quality is amazing, the hardware is beautiful, the engine does not need no work. Okay, and actually, second thoughts, I thought the PS5 and Xbox Series X was gonna be exactly just like the PC, but maybe the same exact load-in time. Matter of fact, I've actually tested it with the PS5 player, and it was actually pretty close. Honestly, I give it to them. And as I load in a lot faster, as soon as I load in, I'm gonna say about 1 to 2 seconds later, the PS5 player joins, and that is by far the fastest. That's honestly the best hardware I've ever seen. A built-in graphics, a custom AMD, whatever, etc. I'm not gonna go into full detail with it, okay? But my point is, with this whole video, will you guys make a engine for, like a fresh engine for the weaker hardwares, for an example, the PS4 players and the Xbox One players? They crash. People get so stressed out, even though, like, in the middle of building rooms, for an example, I've had those problems many times before, and it couldn't, I felt like the frames couldn't keep up, and I had crashed through like the middle of it. And I know Rec Room has a feature. It's a backup feature. As soon as you click on it, it goes to your previous whatever you've done previously on that exact room. Depending on what you put the time onto for the backup time, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's in your settings somewhere, depending on what you put it onto. Mine's on every 5 minutes, so that just in case, because I know my PlayStation is 6 or 7 years old, and I know how weak the hardware is to it. I've never crashed so much in my life on one game on PlayStation, but that doesn't bother me. Well, yes, it does and doesn't, but why it does, because whenever I'm making something, it crashes. Even I've noticed there's a much slower load-in time through the PlayStation VR. Looking forward for a newer hardware, or not a newer hardware, sorry. I keep saying hardware, a newer engine. If there's any sort of newer engine you guys come up with, it would be amazing. It'd change Rec Room's life. Like, any PlayStation 4 players, Xbox One players, it'll change their life with that. And, you know, they would love Rec Room. They would love to stay on Rec Room. They'd keep building. They'd go to rooms and events, etc., and so on. You get the point. That's all I have to say. Yeah, if you guys get my message for the engine of the weaker hardware, and if you guys could fix it, it would be amazing. If you guys did like this video, please consider giving a thumbs up. And if you guys love these videos, and if you guys do not want to miss out on my videos at all, do hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you don't miss an upload. And when you guys comment, I will come back to you within the first 30 minutes of my upload and when the video comes out. It may not even be 30 minutes, it could be immediately. So whenever I get the chance, I will comment to you guys back. And if you guys like these videos, put in the comment hashtag more videos. And I will do my best to make more videos. Hey, even though I may even try to feature my own rooms that I've built on my own. And you guys get to experience with what I've been going through and what I've built. And with what I'm attempting to build and so on in inventions. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment. And, see you next time.